Chris, thank you so much. Here with Booger McFarland, Capital One Halftime Report. And this is not a good sign if you're a Longhorn fan, because look at the track record when Kirby has a double-digit lead at the break, 61 straight wins.
And the reason that number is big, because at halftime, Kirby and his coaching staff usually go in and they make great halftime adjustments. So if you got a lead going into halftime with a coach that makes great adjustments, good luck.
Yeah, good luck to Arch Manning. You said on one of your keys is that Arch would have to have a career day. He can only do so much. He's not getting a lot of help either.
Well, Ryan Wingo, their number one receiver, the 5-star, he's not catching the football. They got several drops in the first half. Arch missing a couple throws, one high on an interception. And here's the big number. 0 for 6 on third down. When you go 0 for 6 on third down, you're not going to be able to possess the football. And so if you're Steve Sarkisian, you got to tell your guys at halftime, catch the football. If you're Arch, settle down. Good footwork and make accurate throws. They got to score some points on offense. The defense is hanging in there pretty good, but the offense is not helping them at all.
Penalties, really sloppy football for Texas. We'll see if they make adjustments. We're following a developing story over on ESPN right now. Ole Miss, number 7 in the country, hosting a Gator team that has 3 wins, Boog, and it's DJ Lagway in Florida. They came to play.
What do we talk about? The anatomy of an upset, Kev. You got to hit big plays, and your best players have to make big plays. How about the throw from Lagway?
It's 24-20 Florida early in the third on ESPN. Ahead, the comeback you've got to see from Texas A&M, and it was a homecoming Alabama would like to forget how the tide turned.
The Avo squad is in the house. Nothing beats Saturday's guacamole and Georgia football. Avocados from Mexico. Always a good play. On Hulu. Welcome to the Capital One Halftime Report.
Georgia up 14-3 over Texas at the break, and this is what the rankings look like in the bracket coming out Tuesday that we saw, and then now some changes. We'll get to, of course, what happened to A&M in a moment, but really, let's talk about Alabama. Homecoming, longest active win streak at home, 17 straight, and oh no, trouble here for Ty Simpson. Eli Bowen to the house.
Pressure in the quarterback's face. No quarterback like to be pressured. Oklahoma pressured him all day long. Pick 6, huge play for the Sooners.
That was Simpson's second pick of the season, and then John Mateer, you said we got to see him come back to the guy that we saw before surgery.
And before surgery, they ran John Mateer a lot. This is when you can tell the quarterback was healthy. They called a design quarterback run, Kev.
And the pressure, Boog, the defense, they brought it the Sooners, forcing the fumble there. I mean, they were in the backfield all day.
4 sacks over double-digit pressures. Outstanding performance by Brent Venables and his defensive crew.
And you saw Eli Bowen the pick. You see Peyton Bowen the block. The Bowen brothers, they had 3 turnovers to Oklahoma.
For me, again, we really attacked. We forced, some big-time turnovers. Sometimes that, when it's said the way it said, it's like, oh, well, if that hadn't happened. Well, it did happen, number one. And number 2, we forced them with, great pressure up front.
And right now, how big of a win was that for Oklahoma? Now at 53% chance to make the playoff. They've got Mizzou and LSU next.
And dare I say, Oklahoma controls their own fate with those 2 games. You win out, Oklahoma's going to have a really good shot of being in the playoff.
Kalen DeBoer's first home loss as the Alabama head coach. They still have a shot. They got Auburn in a couple weeks. Meanwhile, Texas A&M, the comeback you've got to see. They were in a hole big early, and this is Marcel Reed picked off. He had 3 turnovers in the first half. Very next play for South Carolina, it's Lenora Sellers and Nick Harbor, 80 yards. He gone.
Early in the game, South Carolina's best players were making plays. Sellers, Nick Harbor, Dylan Stewart forced a fumble that was returned for a touchdown, and everything, dare I say, everything was going the Gamecocks' way in the first half.
Harbor runs up the tunnel, and then watch when he comes down. They're up 27-3, and there's a bump there by a Texas State trooper. On the way down, that trooper was relieved of game day duties after this contact. It was 30-3, South Carolina at the half. What changed in the third quarter for Marcel Reed?
The confidence. He started playing on time and in rhythm, and they started getting big play after big play. And dare I say, Kev, never believe that momentum isn't real, because it was unbelievable in the second half for A&M.
Reed had 3 touchdowns in the third quarter alone. This is Emmett's son, E.J. Smith, going in. It's their first lead of the game, and then finally final chance for South Carolina. Minute left. Sellers, the pressure. Sellers on fourth down. He can't move the sticks.
In the second half, South Carolina didn't play their best, and it showed. Mike
Elko with Taylor McGregor on his team's mentality.
Yeah, I think unbelievable grit, unbelievable togetherness. They obviously got played really bad to start the game. That starts it, but they don't blink. They don't. We've been in a lot of these situations. We found ways to find wins. No one panicked on our sideline, and man, we just made a heck of a lot of plays in the second half.
Thank you, Coach.
Biggest comeback in program history. How about this graphic here? A&M, the first SEC team in the last 21 years to come back down 27-plus points. And how about Mike Elko finalizing a 6-year extension to stay at A&M, top 5 in the sport at $11 million per, and then he puts together that second half.
There's a saying, Kev, ain't no money like new money, and he got new money today.
And feel-good money, especially in that second half. Meanwhile, feeling good right now, Indiana. They've never won 11 straight. Fernando Mendoza, the Heisman favorite, he had 4 touchdowns.
He played well, Kev. They started a little bit slow. You got to give Wisconsin credit, but Indiana rolled today.
31-7, Hoosiers, and their first 11-0 start in program history ahead. Here comes Notre Dame, their defense and the best running back in the country. We show some love for Jeremiah after this.
This halftime report is presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet? Welcome back to the Capital One Halftime Report.
Well, Kevin, now let's take a look at today's Capital One rewarding performance. Notre Dame's Jeremiah Love. Always a home run threat, pulled 56 yards on that touchdown, 147 today.
How about a shout out to the Notre Dame offensive line? We talk a lot about Love, and he's been outstanding, deserves Heisman talk, but the offensive line was outstanding today.
Irish defense also fantastic, dominating Pitt 37-15. Start of the day, USF had a slight edge over James Madison in the group of 5 race. Well, Navy taking down South Florida.
334 yards rushing by Navy. JMU rolled. The group of 5 gets a shakeup.
And then James Madison with that jump now, 55% when you look at the best chance to reach the college football playoff. We'll see how that shakes out when the rankings come out on Tuesday on ESPN. Hey, a highlight you got to see from a Texas Tech defensive player after this.
This halftime report is presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet?